Okay, so this week we found out that political lobby group Binary plans to send out anti-PC information packs to schools in order to combat radical transgender indoctrination. Radical! Radical! This is being backed by a handful of Conservative MPs, including perpetual dickhead Mark Latham, a man notorious for flipping out in a Hungry Jack's. Let me start by saying this. It isn't radical to want to equip kids with the knowledge and tools to treat other people with respect. Not too long ago, it was much harder to be a transgender young person in Australia. When I went to school, I wasn't equipped with the language or knowledge to know or describe what I was going through. And it sucked. I was confused, depressed, and anxious. And I learned from the jokes people told and the negative tropes that existed in the media to feel ashamed of who I was. And I shut my mouth and hid one of the most important parts of my identity. And I did that until I was 32 years old. It is much better today. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but it's definitely better. And I often get messages in my inbox or people stopping me on the street to tell me about their trans kid and how proud they are, or to tell me that there's a gender diverse kid at their kid's school and how wonderful their school community has been in accepting and embracing them, how easy it is for other children to understand and accept them, and how surprised they are that people could be bothered or upset. And when I get a chance to speak with gender diverse young people, they often tell me that the hardest things they encounter is bullying, but not bullying from people at school. The bullying they hear from people in the media, people like Mark Latham. People who want us to regress back to a point in time where trans issues weren't discussed, where trans young people lived in confusion and shame. Fuck that. That is not going to happen. We trans people are not going anywhere, and we're not hiding ourselves or our identities from society anymore. That ship has sailed and sunk. We are proud of who we are. And we are entitled to live our lives openly and to expect to be safe and treated with respect. We are going to piss and shit in the toilets we are most comfortable in. We're going to play sport. We're going to use our pronouns. And you know what? It's going to be fine. Because we're not gender whisperers or toilet monsters or sports cheats. We're people, just living our lives and trying to get on with it. So if you are worried about the radical trans ideology, then grow up and deal with the fact that some kids are transgender. Some parents are transgender. Some teachers are transgender. And if your kid goes to school, it is very likely that they will encounter a transgender person at some point. And if you are teaching your child to be anything other than respectful, then you are doing your child and the world a disservice.